The topic is dubbing. How do you apply dubbing to threads? And we want to go over some differences in threads and differences in waxes. So threads. I'm very I use a lot of the Lagartun X Strong, and that's great stuff for dubbing loops. It really isn't my thread of preference if I'm doing small dry flies. For small dry flies, I'm a big fan of the old Danvilles, of Uni-Thread in a 6/0, or I think it comes in an 8/0, doesn't it?
Definitely 6/0, 3/0, 6/0, 8/0.
Okay, so the 3/0 Uni would be something I choose for dubbing loops. The 6/0 in the Uni, the 8/0, great for dubbing trout flies. The Danville's, it is a wax thread. The Danville's is lightly waxed, really easy to use. Here's the Lagartun X Strong, and it comes in a lot of trouty colors. The Ultra Thread, I have a lot of experience using Ultra Thread. It will lay flatter. The Lagartun X Strong will lay fairly flat. Again, this would be a dubbing loop kind of material, or you apply wax. So let me back up. Why would you use a finer thread versus a thicker thread? Finer thread, your 6/0s, 8/0s, they come much finer than that. 14/0, I think.
Gordon Griffiths, 14/0.
So very small flies, very small amount of thread buildup, very fine bodies. You start getting into your steelhead size flies. You can use 70 denier, 74 denier, 95 denier. If you're tying big intruders, you want your 150 denier or your 3/0s, because you want a stronger thread. If you're using a dubbing loop, a lot of materials in it, you spin it really tight, you don't want your thread to break. So you kind of gear your thread to the size of fly and the amount of tension you're going to be putting on it. Spinning deer hair, different topic, we'll get to that. So waxes, if you're using a Danville's, a pre-waxed thread, I wouldn't mess with wax. But a lot of these threads are not waxed. So you have your two basic choices are extra sticky or regular sticky. So here's low tack, small, medium, and manly sized. Here is that's less. These are less sticky. These are stickier. And then you have the Lagartun Genuine Beeswax. This, you apply this with your finger. Some people like to put this material on their thread by finger. This actually, I prefer these products kind of like chapstick. Don't confuse it with chapstick. So your choice. And for dubbing, I really like the tackier materials. Although if I'm tying fine trout flies, as I used to, I would prefer the low tack. So big flies, coarse dubbing, high tack. Small flies, sparse dubbing, low tack. There you go. That's an overview.